Greetings, everybody. May you be fully relaxed and got rest. However, I didn't get any. Too busy doing stuff. Anyway, today is October the 28th, 2021. It's Thursday. It's Wisdom Keys with myself, Brother Francis. Today's topic is your life purpose. It's almost like a question. What is your life's purpose? The answer is be unconditional love and grace. That's almost a very tall order to fill, because life is moving very, very fast. I mean, if you kind of look at it, depending on how your days or weeks are for yourself, and things that you find yourself doing or not doing, or things that you're trying to catch up on life's work, things that you got to do, and you're just not somehow getting it all together. And yet, you feel like you're running out of time. But we're not really running out of time, because time doesn't exist. Man-made time, this construct called man-made time, exists only to kind of evenly divide up the day into what we might call 8 hours of sleep, and 8 hours of work, and 8 hours of just hopefully doing other things. And yet we come to a realization that the rest periods get shorter. Rest periods get shorter. Fun time can get shorter. So we have to learn how to create the space around ourselves so that we can have more time to spend with those who really matter in our lives. I've been finding that I've been spending a lot of time when it's absolutely quiet. And I've been doing that for about the last 2 years. I mean, I watch my TV, I watch my Netflix, I watch my sports whenever I can, or when I feel like it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I watch movies. Sometimes I don't do that. Sometimes I'm just kind of sitting around catching some air. Other times I am just plain busy. And so I have to watch myself be whatever, do whatever. So often I go there. So many times I find myself moving about in different ways. So if you find yourself And I don't know about you, sometimes I find myself without words. It's like I don't have much to say. And there's other times I find myself in other places, emotionally, mentally, physically. We're in the physical world, but emotionally, I find myself in other places. So, at times, at times, I find myself doing other things, but I'm doing them differently. Silence has grown into my life as a different type of associate of life, of energy, of ki, chi, prana, you name it. So I see myself moving differently. Many of us are always seeking why we are here, why we are doing what we're doing, why we are doing certain things we no longer do, or why we are letting go of a lot of things we used to do. I know many of you have been in those moments in your life where nothing, absolutely nothing was going on. And you may have moved from, let's say, a job, a career to another career, and it's just silence in between before something starts to get rolling in motion. And many of you, when you are going through retirement time, you remember how people used to say, I can't wait till I retire. Then I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to go and visit all my relatives and all my friends around the country. And I'm just going to do more of what I want to do. But usually what happens, those first couple of days into retirement, nothing is really going on. For sure you don't feel like getting up. You don't feel like getting together, going out the door, grabbing your bag, your purse, whatever, get in your car or go to the subway or jump on the bus and boom, you're at work. Sometimes you begin to miss all the hustle and bustle. So, with all that being said, and it sounds like I might be just rambling on, you might want to ask yourself, what is your purpose? Are you clear about what it is once you find out what it is? Do you have a plan or plans to get it into motion? And that all depends on what it is. Does it bring you emotional, positive energy and mentally positive energy and positive physical energy? Is it positive, period? Do you feel comfortable with it? Those of us all the time, no matter where we are in life, we're striving to find comfort. And if it's not comfort, we're looking for happiness. And if it's not happiness, We're looking for something else, or someone else, or a group of people, or a group of things where we could feel happy with. So, perhaps like me, you find yourself in the moment of happiness, or in the moment of absolute silence, where you don't have to have something going on all the time. You don't need to have something happening all the time. Some people need to be busy all the time. Just busy, 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 busy. How many people find themselves having to be busy all the time? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you feel like just being absolutely lazy sometimes. Sleep it in sometimes. Just be a ball of laughter all the time. Sometimes being stubborn to the energy of opportunity. I raise my hands because, I'm out here like yourself, seeking balance, seeking harmony, and not just seeking it, but producing it on some level for myself. Produce balance. I was working on one of my online newsletters that I send out every month. It's called Two Bears. And I was thinking about what it is that I wanted to write about. And it was funny, when I come to think of it, because when I originally, 12 years ago, I think, started writing it, that was a long time ago, almost 12 years ago, writing this newsletter. And it shows two bears, one black, one brown, and they're standing up on their hind legs, and they're kind of leaning toward each other. And they both have a paw placed on the other one's heart, and the other paw is down low as if they're about to tap their paws together. And that was a little subtle message that said to listen to each other's heart. Listen to the silence, the beat, the rhythm in each other's heart. Bears represent healing and protection. And like many animals in the animal kingdom, they travel together, not necessarily always by themselves, but together. So when I wrote the newsletter, it actually turned into this long 5 pages of poetic sentences. And it started out with a little bit of the life of a bear cub, as it stated, I think, in the first sentence. Romping like bear cubs, romping in the woods, playing in the woods. And then somewhere down a little further, it talks about a bear striving to get the honey. And there's bees. And the bees are stinging the bear, but the bear is still trying to get the honey. And I made it that as a comparison with people who are in life running after the bags of money. And often life is stinging them, but they're still being persistent about getting that bag of money, but life is stinging them hard. And a part of me, even a line popped up like about relationships, people looking for the honey in relationships and getting stung along the way. But it was, and I think I finished it. It was just all of these things that came to mind. And it just even went into life and death kind of energy. Like sometimes we have people around in our life and we might see them as a pain in the neck, so to speak. And we might see them as an enemy or we see them as a friend. And then something we hear about them happens and the life exchanges that we had with them changed. Change entered the picture and changed them and changed ourselves and changed the dynamics of the relationship. And something as strong as death comes in and changes them, changes us, and changes the dynamics of the relationship. And now you have this other mindset, this other thought process, this other emotional feeling about maybe time wasted, being stung by time. Somehow didn't find the peaceful moments, the quiet moments, the loving moments, the moments of unconditional love that could have been practiced and placed in that situation. And so life escaped us. Change came upon us permanently. It permanently changed the dynamics of that relationship, the energy of the people. Often when we're going through life, I remember my late mother, who was my first teacher, her name was Grace. That's why that says Circle of Grace 1. One day I'll put up the new logo. I'm not ready yet. I just haven't got it to the right size, but I will put it up there. And I was thinking how powerful it is when you know your purpose. You know your purpose in life. How powerful it is when you get clear about it. And now you got clarity, clear thinking, clear feeling, clear emotions. You're connected to it now. You understand exactly what the purpose is. You're knowing the direction that you're headed in with it. You're knowing that the purpose that you had that's absolutely clear with yourself is going to be impacting everything around you in your life that's surrounding you. Do you remember those times when you didn't have a clue as to what your purpose might be? Or, what you thought your purpose was? When we're not sure, we're always changing our minds. Just like when you're in life, like in school, right? When you're in grade school and high school, you got to take these classes. Except for when you get in high school, and if you're taking what they call college prep classes, then you get a chance to have a few selective, one or two selective classes in line with your other classes or your main class. There's something that you're working on specifically. So you might add on one elective. That kind of prepares you when you go to college or a big university. You got your major subject matters. You got all these major classes that you have to take each year, each semester, so that you can build up to getting your 16 credits or more, depending on where you're going. And that's just to get a bachelor's. But throughout your college years, you could change your mind and therefore change the destiny. the outcome, the purpose. Many people have gone to colleges and say, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a medical doctor, I'm going to be an attorney, I'm going to be a real estate attorney, criminal lawyer, blah, 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 blah. Only to get like into their second year and go like, there's a whole bunch of classes. This is too many subject matters. It's getting deeper. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. So you got X amount of months into one semester to switch your major. Yeah, you got time to switch the major. But you hope when you're switching that major that it fits into something that gives you a sense of purpose. And you still won't know what it is, even when you get the diploma in your hand and throw the cap up in the air, you still won't know what it is until you're in the field, for real. Not interning, getting paid for it. Then you start thinking. And you're getting paid, and you get a promotion, and you're getting paid, and you get a promotion, and you move up, and move up. And then you reach this ceiling where you go like, I'm kind of tired of the routine. It's not fulfilling me. So whatever this purpose that we have, or our life's journey is like, we're striving to get really clear about it, and we are hoping that it can fulfill our inner drive, our inner needs. So we got to go inside sometimes. We got to go inside and find out what it is that we want, what it is that we want to do. We're the ones that have to go inside to find that. And I remember I was watching something the other day, and it was saying how it was saying how we find ourselves in situations we don't know how we got there, but yet we're there. And in the process of being wherever we're at, we sometimes don't know where the heck we're at. I'll give you a prime example. I'm quote unquote a senior now. And I'm experiencing those senior moments where I get up in the morning, do my business, right? Get ready for my day. I have a to-do list. Leave here, go get on the bus. I ride the bus for free now. Get halfway to my destination, or in the vicinity of my destination, and that to-do list, what I was supposed to have been shopping for, I don't have the list. Now, that means I'm going to walk a mile and a half, or a half a mile, or an eighth a mile to go get the list. Nah, now I'm going to pull it from my head. I remember I needed this, and this from this location, from that location, from this location, and I'm supposed to do it within a 2-hour span. And yet, while I'm in that 2-hour span, something else pops up in my mind. And what I was originally out for, it went someplace else. So what do you think I do? Go across the street, catch the bus coming back. Now I'm within 30 seconds of where I live because I'm stepping off the bus. Now I remember. And I go like, that's it. I'm just gonna stay indoors and do something else. Or go from one room to the next room and just forget that quickly. Can't remember why what I was about to get. And I could leave a post-it note all over the place. I get smart now. I got it on the bathroom mirror. I got it at the door before I go out. Don't forget this. And guess what? I forget it. I put it there. I read it. I glanced at it. And I go right out the door anyway. The joy of being a senior. So, if I just kind of jump back now, life, if we really pay attention to our life, it could show us what our purpose is, because there's certain things that are drawn to us all the time. You find yourself serving humanity because humanity is drawn into your life based on what's inside, that feeling inside of what you want to accomplish in life, or accomplish just in your day. And you're really working at it, right? You're really seeking it. You're really trying to find out what in tarnations are you doing today or tomorrow, or why are you doing it. And so we're working on something all the time. We all want to have a purpose. How can we find that purpose? And how do we go about utilizing it once we find it? When I kind of look at life in general for myself, I realize I'm doing the same kind of things. So, yeah, this might be Wisdom Keys with Brother Francis, but what is it about? It's about having and experiencing unconditional love and grace. So what's grace? It's not just a person that was in my life. Grace is not just the angel of grace. Grace is often about ease. Sometimes it's a merit or an honor, like a medal. Grace is a partnership between you and life. And unconditional love is about being in the conscious state of love through the heart without any judgment. And sometimes we run into things and people and events and opportunities that kind of pull you into the state of conditional stuff. Love is supposed to be evolving us. Grace is evolving us, but not conditional things. Conditional things mean there's some string attached to it, some kind of string that pulls us back. Sometimes we all meet people without judging them that have a lot of drama going on. And they need you. They need your reasoning. They need your presence to pull them back on point. But in the meantime, you get pulled off center sometimes. You get pulled off the area, the bed of roses of unconditional love. Many times it's difficult to live unconditionally. It's a challenge. Many times, and I'll raise my hand again, many times we put ourselves through the changes where conditional stuff is going on. Strings are attached. Because we're thinking, an old way. While it's on my mind, because I know I don't want to forget, and I'm not supposed to forget, but I'm already forgetting. Oh, yeah. So, since I didn't leave my note where I was supposed to leave it for myself, I'll just make this announcement. Um, Connected Compass, which is owned by Nikki Bruton Phillips, and Resident Essentials, owned by Michelle Vidal, and Circle of Grace One, I'm in there somewhere, Brother Francis. We have this big project, this breakthrough transformational 8-week program for adults and their psychic children. And it's created to help parents recognize just how beautiful and wonderful their psychically gifted children are. And it's created to help parents overcome roadblocks and hurdles and frustrations, working through the frustrations that build up in their family. Every family has a set of things that they're going through. Sometimes adults forget that they were once children. And sometimes they're still children in an adult body. Life sets up conditions. And so this program, this is an 8-week transformational breakthrough program designed to help the parents, which is my job, to have a breakthrough, to kind of get out of the being frustrated as adults, try to help them understand that they got their own gifts, but they can't be like pushing them off on the kiddies. And Michelle and Nikki are going to help the children who are psychically gifted to recognize that it's okay to have these psychic, intuitive abilities. 8 weeks. It was projected now to get started on Saturday, November the 6th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. being held at Resident Essentials, 3107 Eubank Boulevard, Northeast, door 33, in the Scottsdale Shopping Plaza, just on the north side of Candelaria Boulevard, Northeast. If you know any parents with psychically gifted children, if you know parents who have been frustrated with not understanding how these things work, if you know parents who are having difficulties communicating and supporting their psychically gifted children, and if you know children who are like this, please get them in touch with us. Contact Resident Essentials. I still don't have the notes. You got to contact Resident Essentials, though, or Nikki Bruton Phillips to get this information, because there's a cost. And I'm going to find it. Bam, I did find it. The cost is about $592. That doesn't yet include the taxes, but it's an 8-week program. You have to sign into it. You got to be committed for 8 weeks. That means you, as the parent, has to show up with the children. And we're going to work with all of you for 3 hours from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. You're going to be with us. Trust me, we're loving, kind people. We know what it's like. We were once children. You were once children. We want to help you all with your children. We want to help you parents support your children. in this destiny, in this time of life where things are bombarding them. And we want to help you guys begin to understand this and how to see the roadblock, how to see the hurdle, how to overcome it, and not let it consume you. So if you are a parent with a psychically gifted child or two or three, you want to contact Resident Essentials 505-453-7646. You want to contact Connected Compass at 505-226-8353. Contact Resident Essentials. Or if you forget the two of them, contact me. Email me right away, iam.circlegrace1@gmail.com. Or come on Facebook and say, hey, Brother Francis, could you give me that information, how to contact those two? You got to register ASAP. Space is limited for adults, but a lot of space for the kiddies. So you want to jump on it as soon as possible, because we got a lot of unconditional love and a lot of grace we want to bless you all with. See, we all have a similar life journey. We all have a similar life purpose. We all have a similar story. But we all got an infinite blessing. We want to bless you unconditionally through the power of grace and the power of things we know how to do. I'm done rambling. I'm done rambling. It's funny, when I was growing up, I think there was a car called the Rambler. I think it was put out by Ford. Rambler. Anyway, take good care of yourself today and every day. And if anything registers with you, or if you have a question about anything I said today, and I'm going to show you the flyer. If anything registers about this right here, I'll put it up real close. If you need to know how to contact Michelle at Resident Essentials, I'm going to give you the number again, 505-453-7646. If you got to get in touch with Nikki Bruton Phillips, her number is 505-226-8353. You got to get on it, register right away. You got to get signed up right away. We want to be starting with this on November the 6th, but you need to find out what it's about so you can be committed for 8 weeks to get this help. Well, now I'm ready to go. I hope I didn't bore you today. I'll be back next Thursday at 12 p.m. with another segment of Wisdom Keys. Tomorrow is Friday. Friday at 12 p.m. Swanda, Swanda. That's with Michelle Vidal. She has wonderful subject matter that gets your mind together with your journey in life so that you can understand who you are metaphysically speaking. Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I have to search my mind for that. On Tuesdays at 12 p.m. is Donna of Dominion Tarot. She always has a very good talk that she gives you, and she has a card, an energy card of the day that assists you, and then she does 1-card tarot readings for anybody listening in to that program for about 30 minutes. Be sure that you allow yourself an opportunity to get better and be better. Be sure that you let yourself embrace the truth about yourself. My grace is your grace. Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we're alive and well in the age of remembrance. Again, tomorrow, Swanda at 12 p.m. with Michelle Vidal. Tuesday at 12 p.m. is Donna of Dominion Tarot, and myself every Thursday at 1 p.m. with Wisdom Keys with myself, Brother Francis. See you next week. Be well. Have a great weekend. Don't be hard on yourself. Love yourself a whole lot, okay? Take care now.